If you are looking at enhancing sports performance, then the low carb, high fat approach definitely deserves a fair chance. In this video, I'm going to cover nutrition guidelines for endurance athletes. I'll talk more about the principles rather than the specifics because an individualized approach finally works best. So this video covers 1. Why use the low carb, high fat approach? 2. What the focus should be during the prep and during race day, and 3. Recovery nutrition. So let's start by understanding the low carb, high fat or LCHF approach. With fat being a prominent fuel source during an endurance event, training the body to efficiently tap into this abundant source is beneficial. Stored glycogen is a limited resource. An athlete needs to get adapted to such kind of diets, and it is not recommended to make drastic changes closer to the event. The body takes about 12 weeks to get adapted and start using ketones on a regular basis for energy production. So plan accordingly. Now let's look at the proven benefits of the LCHF diet. Number 1, improved body composition. Number 2, improved VO2 max and endurance performance. Number 3, enhanced fat oxidation even at higher exercise intensities. Number 4, reduced lactic acid production. And number 5, reduced need to refuel with carbs and gastric distress. Fat is a more efficient energy source and gives 9 calories per gram, which is double compared to carbs, which provide only 4 calories. But it is not a one-size-fits-all approach. A nutritionist should gauge and understand how the athlete responds to a certain change in the diet and develop a more sustainable approach. A train low and race high strategy can be used. It means that allowing your body during the prep phase to train in a carb depleted state to maximize fat oxidation. The body can use carbs easily for energy when they are available, but tapping into fat is a more long-drawn process. If you still choose to go ahead with a carb-based diet, then you should work on the best strategy that can give you the dual benefit of performance enhancement with minimal fat gain. Now let's look at the prep phase or the pre-competition phase. Nutrition during training during this phase of course depends on the training intensity, duration, the load, type of workout, body composition goals, health goals and growth in case of young athletes. Adjusting the diet to enhance training and recovery is needed constantly. This is termed as nutrition periodization and it works hand in hand with the exercise periodization. The pre-competition phase is the perfect time to aim for body composition goals like cutting down on body fat, gaining muscles, or even developing new skills. If you are looking at the low carb, high fat approach, then this is the best time to introduce it. Although this is a protocol which is specific to endurance athletes, those who compete in other sports can also use this method to enhance their performance. Now coming to race day. Unless you are fat adapted, meaning that you have trained using the LCHF diet, you would need to refuel during the event with carbs along with water and electrolytes to keep up your energy levels. The intensity decides the type of fuel your body is going to use for energy production. So at a lower intensity, fat is used as a fuel, but as the intensity keeps on increasing, the body's reliance on carbohydrates and protein for energy becomes higher. So for example, in a triathlon, you will have timing goals and the intensity during the event will keep changing. So this means that the fuel sources would also keep changing intermittently. Now intra-race fueling or intra-race nutrition will again be based on the type of diet that you are on. Of course, it will also depend on what sort of supplements are available at the venue. Finally, whichever approach you choose, you've got to make sure that you prevent from hitting the wall. Now, what about hydration? It is important to start your competition or training in a well-hydrated state. As a general rule of thumb, one must aim to drink about 600 ml to a liter of water every hour, or say 150 to 200 ml of water every 15 to 20 minutes. Now this is again different for different people. The major electrolytes that are lost through sweat are sodium and potassium. So drinking just plain water without salts will continue to keep you dehydrated. Salts must be added beyond the 60 to 90 minute mark. Athletes should practice their hydration patterns during training and identify what works best for them with regular weigh-ins pre and post training to come up with the average sweat rate. Dehydration can also cause gastric distress. Now talking of recovery nutrition. Aim to consume at least 20 to 40 grams of first-class proteins in every meal for the next 24 to 48 hours to maintain a positive nitrogen balance and promote recovery. Start with easily digestible whey protein because it's easy on the gut, and build up with other first-class proteins like milk, paneer, cottage cheese, curd, eggs, chicken, fish, meat, etc. The carbohydrate requirements, of course, will depend on the type of plan you are following. Now, refeeding after long events can cause gastric disturbances, so go easy with small frequent feeds with easily digestible food. As a general rule, fat and fiber can be added from the second meal onwards. Now, many ultra-distance athletes may occasionally find blood in their stools following an event. This could be due to reduced blood flow to the gastrointestinal system or to the gut. Now, it is widely said that your gut is your second brain. As training the muscles is important for any sport, training the gut for its optimal efficiency is also useful, especially in long distance events. It plays a critical role in delivering your nutrients to the working muscles, and therefore it is a performance determinant. Make sure you get your gut familiar with the kind of foods you would be consuming during the race to reduce bloating. Now coming to post-race hydration. You may consume around 1.2 to 1.5 liters of water for every kg of body weight lost over the next 2 to 4 hours, depending upon the quantum of water that needs to be taken.